Whatever rocks your socks, whatever spins your top, whatever winds your watch, whatever flips your flop, whatever turns you on, whatever flies your flag, whatever bangs your gong, or whatever swings your bag. Do it often, but do it well, 'cause nobody knows and there's no way to tell when the ride ends.
Hey, how you doing? My eustachian tube is blocked. That's how I'm doing. Thank you for asking. I come up here when I'm pissed off. I don't know why. But being up here, I just like it. There's never anybody else up here. In 15 months, I haven't seen anybody else use this walkway. You know, there's hospital up there, police station, school, temple, chicken processing, and you would think people would be going across this road, and I'm sure they do. They just don't come up here. Why bother, right? Just run across 4 lanes of traffic. This is the main road between Phuket, Ranong, and Surat Thani. It's 4 lanes here, it's 6 there, and 6 on the other side of town. It goes through town as 2 lanes through our business district and hits that 4-way, if you can see it down there. No light, no stop sign, nothing. It's not marked at all. 4-way intersection. And all the traffic from Phuket, which is 6 lanes on that side of town and 6 lanes on this side of town, is funneled down into 2 lanes right through the center of town and a hard right turn at the end of town. You almost, if there's other traffic, if there's someone crossing the 4-way, you got to stop. I mean, literally, imagine how many cars are backed up in our main street. Oh well. Anyway, I'm up here because I'm angry, I'm pissed off. 2 months ago, listen to this, 2 months ago, don't listen to him, listen to me. I bought an iMac because my laptop is 6 years old, my PC laptop, and it won't talk to the iPhone. It makes editing, and it's just got the most basic free, what comes with Windows, what comes with Office, I think. I mean, I edit like a 12-year-old doing his school project. I said, I'm gonna buy an iPhone, I'm gonna buy an iMac to talk to the iPhone, a Mac Air. So I dropped $1,500. I've had it 2 months. I've had 2 different friends, John Williams and Andrew Mouser, try to teach me how to use this Apple product, and I just can't. I cannot grok it. I cannot wrap my head around it. So I dropped another $1,000 and got a new PC, a desktop, and a great big monitor. So I've had that a week. Same 2 friends tried to help me. In that week, I have produced a 40-second opening credit to go with Whatever by Trevor Fisher and the Special Ones, which, by the way, there's a credit at the end of the show that credits Trevor and the group for that song, Whatever, da 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 da. And yet every week 5 people write in and say, who did that song? What's the name of that song? Nobody watches the credits, apparently. But I managed 40 seconds of about 8 clips on top of that for a new opening credits for Boontongs, for Boontongs video. Got the story picked out, got the set built, got the actors in place, but I haven't shot a frame. It's Thursday. I'm due Friday, 9 a.m. I haven't shot a frame. I worked a week on 40 seconds of opening credit, and today I said it's done. I'm going to export to the PC so I can make it a unit that I can then edit into the final product. And the final product's, you know, typically a Boontongs video, 60, 70 shots, right? So it's not going to be a Boontongs video. I'm going to tell you a couple stories. This is the first week, by the way. I've been here 15 months, 16 months, since May 2022. I have produced a video every Friday of that time. Yeah, not this week. I missed the deadline. So sue me. the new kosher restaurant in Tokyo. So sue me. So anyway, I want to tell you 2 stories real quick. They're about creating art. They're about encountering difficulty in creating art and potential in art. So the first one's about a guy named Jack Aronson. I knew Jack in 1981. I did a production of a play called Da in Memphis, Tennessee. D.A. Da won the Tony for Best New Play in '78, I think. A guy named Jack Aronson, an old Vic actor named Jack Aronson, bought the rights to it. He was touring the country. He'd play for 3 weeks, 15 performances in one city, take a week off, go to the next city, 3 weeks, 15 performances. He was really good in it. He'd done it on Broadway, took over from Brian Keith on Broadway, and he had taken over from Bernard Hughes, who did the movie with Martin Sheen. Anyway, I digress. I was going to smash that fucking computer today. I just bought it. I had to pay the University of Iowa for 2 keyboards because I smashed them with my fists. Anyway, yeah, so Jack was doing Da and making a lot of money off of it. So he came to Memphis, to our theater Memphis, for 3 weeks. I was the production stage manager. It was my job, one of my many jobs, to call places, get the actors to places before the curtain went up. So Jack comes in, very nice guy, very competent, very professional, and he does the first week, perfect. Absolutely, he's been doing this for years. He's been doing 15 performances a month for, 7, 8 years, I don't know, 5, 6 years. My glasses are on the edge. I don't know, did I get them in? I'm gonna put them on the floor. So I'll step on them instead of knock them off. So Jack, second week, his wife is an opera singer in Houston. She's with the Houston Opera. She was performing in Houston anyway that week. She's gonna come in to see him on the Saturday night show. He'll do 2 shows on Sunday, matinee at 2, evening show at 8. Then he's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off with his wife and to explore Memphis, Tennessee, for whatever that's worth. And this was their life. This was their married life. They'd have a week in Cincinnati and then 3 weeks apart. A week in San Francisco and 3 weeks apart. I can't manage buttons. I'm supposed to edit video. Fuck it. Fuck you too. See, I can do that up here. Down there, I have to be polite. I have to be long tape. I have to say what's expected, dress the way that's expected. And typically, it's not a great burden. But today, everything's a burden. So Jack, his wife comes. She sees the Sunday show, which she has seen 100 times. And they go out to Beale Street, home of the blues. And they have some barbecue. They have some bourbon. It's Tennessee. And he comes in Sunday at 1:30 for a 2 o'clock show. Production stage manager freaking out. Nobody's carrying phones. This is 1980, 81. I couldn't reach him. He wasn't answering the phone in the hotel. He shows up at half hour. Plastered. Just absolutely hammered. He's been up all night. He and his wife have been up partying and drinking hard all night. He's half hour from curtain. So he goes in the dressing room where Actors Equity specifies there will be a cot because actors feel faint a lot. And down he goes, face down, bam, on that cot. And I leave him there. I don't announce 15, 10, or 5 in his dressing room. I leave the lights off, leave him there. I come in at places, 2 minutes to curtain. Jack, 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 wake up, shake him hard. He sits up. He says, oh boy, I need to sleep. You have to cancel the matinee. I said, no, dude, they're out. It's 2 minutes. Come on, places. Old Vic. So I get him on stage and it's perfect. Line perfect. Every beat, every note, every nuance, every posture, every lift of the eyebrow. Exactly the way it is in every other performance. He comes off stage, audience on their feet. The house was 750 people. Sold out all the time because there was fuck all to do in Memphis, Tennessee in 1980. And he comes off stage, end of the show, thunderous applause. He doesn't take a second curtain call. He goes right to his room. face down on that cot, bam, and he's out like a light. So it's about 4 o'clock when he comes off stage, 2 o'clock curtain, 2-hour show. At Places for 8 o'clock. I go and wake him up. I didn't give him half hour. I didn't give him 15, 10, or 5 because I wanted him to have as much sleep as he possibly could. Go in there at Places. He sits up on the cot. He says, "How about you? I can't. You're going to have to cancel the matinee." I said, "Jack, you've done the matinee. It's 2 minutes to 8. This is the evening performance. And then you got 3 days off, dude. Just get through this show. And you got 3 days off and your wife's here in town." He says, "What the fuck you saying? The matinee, I did the matinee." I said, yeah, you were great, by the way." "Well, fuck me. All right then, let's go by." And he stands up and he goes on, he does the evening show. He never remembered. He did, another week of the show in Memphis. He never remembered doing that matinee. He was on autopilot. And I think the fact that we can do art on autopilot means a lot of it cannot be strategic, cannot be planned, cannot be outlined. I mean, I jump on guys in the Thai vlogosphere all the time because they don't put enough work into their product. But at the same time, there has to be a spark of creativity. There has to be something from deep inside that you don't expect to come out. And that means your lizard brain, can take over. And sometimes it does and saves your ass. Not for me so far. Second story. And this is kind of dark, but I'm in a dark place today. My mood is not good. Nah, mood. So when we came home to Iowa City in 1997, the big story in the paper was a local young artist, the sculptor, had been shot in his studio by a cop. And what happened was this sculptor liked to work nights. He liked to work nights. Eric, oh God, I've forgotten his name. It was 97. He had a big Quonset hut, a big shed that he bought from the city that was next door to where the city built the new jail. And the police station was on the other side of town, but the sheriff and the jail were there next door to him. So he's there at 3 in the morning, one morning, being an artist, being creative. And he's talking on the phone to his best friend, also a creative artist, also awake at 3 a.m., awake and sober. And he's telling him he's just had this big block of granite, raw granite from the quarry, brought in from Illinois. And it's in his studio. It was just delivered that afternoon. And he's telling on the phone his best friend what he's going to do with it, what he's going to carve. And this cop is coming to the jail, new cop. I think he'd been on the job 2 months, young guy in his 20s, early 20s, vet. And he sees next door to the jail, there's a Quonset hut. And he doesn't know it's an artist studio. It's an unlabeled, industrial building. And he sees the front door standing open and the lights on inside, and there's no cars parked outside. Because the artist, he rides a bicycle, right? So there's no cars outside. 3 in the morning, why are the lights on? This young cop pulls up, he gets out of the car, he draws his weapon, takes the safety off, and he comes to the open door. And across the room, he sees a young man with his back to the door, and he says, "Freeze!" And the young man with his back to the door spins around, holding a black phone connected to the wall by a cable, right? A wall, he's talking to his best friend. This black object in his hand. And the cop thinks it's a gun and pow, shoots him in the heart. With his best friend listening on the other end of that phone. The cop was fired, but went to work at another police department somewhere in the Midwest. I assume by now he's had a career in law enforcement, and I wish him well. I don't wish any evil on this kid. My interaction with cops has been the same as my interaction with every other human being on earth. Just somebody put there to make my life miserable. So they're no different from school teachers or judges or spouses or bosses or anybody else. But this young man shot this artist dead. Boom. All he was doing was standing in his own studio talking on the phone. The city and their massive settlement, and of course both this kid's parents, he's a hometown boy, his parents are bigwigs at the University of Iowa. Iowa City is nothing but the University of Iowa. And so the city itself, the civic entity, was on the hook for a lot of money, and they made concessions. One of the concessions was they were starting a new park on the east side of town, a new public park. The town had grown out with subdivisions and stuff, and they needed a park out there. And they said, we'll put a piece of your son's sculpture in that park forever if you like. And his mother, for the installation, had sent out there that block of granite that had been delivered the day her son was shot, because she said the last sculpture of his life was in that granite. It was in his head, which means it already existed. He just needed to brush away everything that wasn't that image. So it existed. It exists inside this stone as an idea. And now it's on a plinth in the middle of a big park on the east side of town. So there's a potential for a Boomtongs video in this new computer, but man, I just want to throw it out in the field and walk away from it. I want to install it in a field far away from my house. All right, that's it. That's my time. With these glasses, I can't even see the time on the camera. Listen, thanks a lot if you've hung out for this. I feel a lot better. I hope you do too. Like, subscribe, share. Tune in next week. Maybe it'll be a Boomtongs video. I may tack some stuff. I've got tonight to play with this, and I've got some stuff in my phone, just random stuff. I don't know how long this is, but maybe I'll add 5-10 minutes of just random stuff I've shot around town. Anyway, that's the road to Turtle Beach and Phuket. That's the road to Manong and Surat Thani, and ultimately Kumtab. Now I will never travel farther that way than the PTT station that has the enormous light up sea turtle outside. I promise you. I have no desire to ever leave this place, computers or not. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. คุณอีกทีเราจะเจออะไรทีนี้
โอ้ไม่คิด
ไม่คิด
ไม่คิดไฟ
กี่อัน คิดว่าวันนี้กี่อัน เยอะ 100 แน่
น่าจะน้อยเลย
Look at all that beautiful trash.
ตรงนี้สวย
This is how I spend my retirement, discovering new out-of-the-way places where I can find usable trash. And this, I've never been here. I doubt anybody's ever picked a piece of trash off this beach.
น่าจะปากน้
Yeah, there's the connection with the ocean. This is a lagoon, and I have been on that side many times, many times. I have never been on this side. I've always wondered what the hell this construction site is. And this is a casualty of COVID. This was going to be a fancy hotel. Though, looking at all these pilings, a lot of them are fractured and a lot of them are crooked and a lot of them have sunk into the sand. Maybe they just never found bedrock. Maybe the surveyor made a mistake. But anyway, now I know. Today I discovered. And once he finishes taking his break, we're going to... I didn't bring cigarettes, so I'm a little pissed. I didn't know we'd have a break time. Nobody told me. All right, here we go. I'm guessing 100 lighters off this stretch of beach. There's just so much good trash. Isn't it weird? I mean, this stuff's disgusting, right? It's terrible. It's horrible. And yet, I enjoy every little thing I find. I am constantly hoping for a chess piece. There's where the sea gets in and feeds this. And the reason we can walk around in these weeds and these trees and shit and not get bitten by mosquitoes is because the mosquitoes hate seawater. And this is seawater coming in right there. Anyway, we're going to climb over all these rocks to go get garbage on the other side, because that's just how we do. It's the constant din, the hustle and bustle, the go, the crowds, the noise, the resemblance to a Victorian cemetery. Wow, can you see the ocean? I'm beat. Let's go home. To recap, I'm building what I hope will be a float in the parade on March 1st in the Turtle Festival here on Turtle Beach. This will ride on the back of a pickup truck. My friend Hans has volunteered his truck. I'm going to have people hopefully walking alongside. Sometimes you can have a crew of people handing out candy. So I'm making hats for my munchkins. And we'll hand out candy at the parade if I'm allowed to participate. I don't know why they'd say no, but you never know. I can't ask until the thing is finished. A couple people have told me they won't trust the farang to get it done in time. And so I have to have it finished and take them a video like this. I've just been picking up interesting stuff off the beach. There's a school of art called assemblage if you're a graduate student writing a dissertation, or assemblage if you're from Iowa. And it just means sticking things together. And I hate an empty wall, and I have a ton of empty wall. And that flag keeps falling off. There's the set for what should have been this week's video. Whatever by Steve Rosse. Anyway, yeah, so that's a turtle update. And in here, I will have, painted by an artist who lives here in town, something in Thai to the effect of this turtle is made with X numbers of lighters picked up off Turtle Beach. To give the thing a little context, a little meaning. The hardest part of the whole thing is going to be bedazzling a sphere with rectangles. It makes a lot of weird angles. It doesn't keep this nice soft round shape. I've done 2 courses of brick on the neck, and I can tell already I will lose this lovely, organic, friendly, big-eyed, smiling face if I cover it in all of these green lighters. So I don't know. But I think the tail worked. I'm pleased with the tail. I debated and debated whether it should be that way or this way. And I just think this way looks more handsome. Anyway, turtle update. All right, that's it. That's got to be like 11 hours already. Goodbye, you guys.
Whatever shaves your sheep, whatever bakes your lamb, whatever digs your peak, whatever smokes your ham, whatever blows your nose, whatever chews your bone, whatever squirts your hose, whatever sings your song. Do it often, but do it well. Nobody knows and there's no way to tell. When you're riding, shoot down to that